This person came to me about 2 years ago. They were having significant back pain. They're a former CrossFitter. They're a former athlete in his mid 40s that came to me after exhausting the medical system and being given the typical bending and stretching program that you get from the physical therapist. What is going on? Brian Carroll here at PowerActStrength.com HQ. If you like what I'm doing, please like, subscribe, share this video, turn on notifications, and comment your thoughts and your opinions below. Am I off the mark? Am I on? Give me your opinion below. Also, my blog is poweractstrength.com. You can go there to book an appointment. You can go there and see what I'm about, who I've worked with, some of my testimonials, the different services that I offer in both a virtual and in-person capacity. I'm here at 1302 Eastport Road in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm less than 10 minutes from Jacksonville International Airport, and I work with people all over the world from both a virtual and in-person standpoint. I have people that fly in from all over the country, all over the world to come here for an assessment, for lifting, critiquing, and coaching, for exercise and performance enhancement, for injury resilience. So go check out poweractstrength.com for more information about me, Brian Carroll, and thank you for tuning in. After searching on the internet, this person found me all the way across the United States and wanted desperately to come in for a McGill 3-hour assessment. And we ended up spending a couple days together. And this person was seriously contemplating a microdiscectomy at L2 and L3. During the assessment, we were able to determine that flexion and extension, as well as rotation, were his main pain generator. Now, this person had not had back pain for a very long time, about a year or so. Now, this is different from the typical person that might come and see me. And sometimes they've been in pain for 5, 10, 15 years. This person in particular had more recently started having not just tightness in their back, but stabbing pain all throughout their lumbar spine. And it was unrelenting, where they couldn't find any position of reprieve to relieve it at all. Every time they went to a physical therapist, it got way worse until they finally gave up and were considering having surgery. Within a short amount of time, we were able to show him postures and movements to avoid provoking this disc herniation that I'm going to show you now. So now we're going through, this is a axial cut. We're going to go over to a sagittal cut, and we're going to show you from the side this massive disc herniation that he had. As you can see here, that is a big disc herniation there that's completely smashing the thecal sac, which is right here, the cord, as people would call it, but actually terminates up here. S1, we have L5, we have L4, we have L3, then we have L2, and we see that big herniation right there that's completely giving him stabs in the back. This person didn't have tremendous radiating pain, but they still had significant pain in their back, and they were looking to do a microdiscectomy at L2, L3. So we can see some end plate damage here, some modic changes. That's basically a bone bruise. We can also see on a couple different levels here at L5S1, he's got some bone bruising and some disc bulging on the anterior portion at L5S1, some bone bruising down here in the sacrum. But the main pain generator that we were able to determine from the assessment matched the MRI. L2, L3, and upper lumbar disc herniation. It wasn't really impacting the femoral nerve roots so much, which again are the upper lumbar segments that correspond with the hip and the anterior thigh. All right, and so we go to an axial cut, and we're going to start at the top. And there's a nice clear cord right there. There's the descending nerve roots that we have there. And then we look and we're working our way down. And then all of a sudden we see a little bit of a herniation there, and then quite a bit of a herniation there. And then all of a sudden we see it. Bam, that is the big, massive herniation there, as the disc is completely flattened pretty much with the end plate damage here. And the disc is completely taking up that epidural space here and smashing the thecal sac, which causes stabbing back pain. But here's the key. For him, tummy lying and reversing the bending and removing the bending and stretching and such Over time, he was able to start having significant time of feeling better, where he wasn't having that stabbing back pain. Looking for the answer to your sleepless nights, sore muscles, and better overall well-being? If so, PowerX Strength CBD has you covered. All of our products are made of CBD isolate and have 0% THC, meaning there are no worries of failing a drug test or the worry of feeling high. With PowerX Strength CBD, we offer a wide range of products and payment options to ensure you have the option that best fits your needs. Don't just take it from me. All of our reviews and client testimonials on our site speak for themselves. You can even get 20% off your order by using code YT1306 at checkout. Go to powerxstrengthcbd.com to order now so you can get back to sleeping, recovering, lifting, feeling, and being better. Back pain just started to become a little bit of stiffness every once in a while. Then the stabbing would come and go a lot less. And then eventually the episodes went down significantly. And then after a while, he had no episodes. And then he was able to start getting back his capacity, start playing with his kids again. And then after a bit, he wanted to get a follow-up MRI months later as his symptoms dissipated after he left here and followed the plan of spine hygiene, not bending and twisting his spine up. So what we ended up doing was shrank the disc herniation with specific postures and exercises that provided him relief. And so there's a chance that we got the MRI back, even though he's not having pain. The MRI could have still looked severely bad. It could have looked really bad. The disc bulge may have not have been absorbed and chewed up by the body's natural inflammatory process. Sometimes they vacuum back in. So we put this experiment to the test. We gave it a couple of months. His symptoms dissipated. He followed the particular comprehensive plan that I gave him. We did a follow-up MRI, and here's the results that we found. See how much that disc herniation has resolved itself at L2, L3. Still has those modic changes, still has some end plate damage, but the pain has started to die out, and that disc herniation that was massive, you can see the amount of space, and those nerve roots are now freed up, and they're not being smashed anymore into the posterior part of his spine, and his symptoms have remedied, which is great. That doesn't mean that he can't get back into pain if you were to expedite and try to rush his healing process. He still has to mind the laws of biology and adaptation, take his time as he gets back to normal life again, and slowly rebuilds capacity to get back to playing with his kids, doing CrossFit with modified exercise prescriptions. And we immediately go to L2, L3, and then we can see a little bit, still some herniation there as we come down, and then we can see a bit there. But now look how much that herniation has resolved. It's significantly smaller, and it's no longer causing him those symptoms. The body's inflammatory process has chewed up and absorbed that nuclear material that is extruded through the posterior disc herniation, and now his nerve roots are freed up. He does have some ligamentum flavum thickening, a little bit more here on the left side than the right. Again, right is left and left is right with the axial cut. So to summarize, for this person, the MRI did matter. The MRI matched up to their assessment, and we were able to figure out how to reduce their symptoms, which ended up reducing their actual pathology on MRI, and we were able to get a 1-to-1 ratio of pain-free capacity being built. Disc bulge has significantly reduced, and the symptoms have now remedied.
Hope you enjoyed today's video. Remember, like, subscribe, share, click the notifications because we drop videos twice a week. We also have a live stream every Friday where I answer your questions. Click below to see the latest video that we uploaded. Also, for our products, our CBD, our books that correspond with these videos, it's down in the description. For more information about all things Brian Carroll and PowerX Strength, go to powerxstrength.com. You could book a consult both virtually and in person with me. Enjoy your week, and thank you so much.